Hey, welcome back to Avernum. I'm having to do this a little bit awkwardly, and it's gonna keep moving around, so to my staunchest critic, I'm sorry. I'm using background music from a different game. A 3DS game. So I'm holding my 3DS while doing this. Hey, okay, why did it stop animating the movement? Walk animation. Animating. Yes, I'm aware it's slower. It's easier on me. You move cautiously down the corridor. You are past Logren's thugs, but their leader is still ahead, and without his key, you doubt you will be able to escape this pit. This is a good time, if you haven't already, to save your game. Yikes. Okay, nothing on the ground that's interesting. Okay, he's right there. You round the corner and come face to face with Logren, a petty thug with delusions of grandeur. When he gets a good look at you, he realizes perhaps his plan to build a new empire within Avernum is not going to work out. And yet, he doesn't give in. He stands between you and the locked gate leading to the exit and snarls at you. You notice dark stains around his mouth. Perhaps he has eaten something recently that is tinkering with his brain. Yet he doesn't give in. He stands between you and the locked gate leading to the exit and snarls... Oh, I just repeated that. Points his blade at you. You got past my warriors. And what? They are dead? Well, I will get more. The Empire sends down more killers every day. Avernum won't take them, but I will. You notice that he is holding something in his offhand, but you can't tell what it is. Give me the key and I will spare you. Logren's brigands seem to think that this is a pretty good deal, but he shakes his head. I'm no fool. I can start again. Once you are dead, I won't let them throw me in the abyss. Come on. He charges you. His warriors, seeing no other option, regretfully follow him. Those poor bastards. Thus we enter combat. Quick firebolt to the face. Ooh, this is a boss battle. It is set to casual, right? Yeah? Yikes. So that's how difficult the boss battles are in Avernum. Ouch. Logren is wounded. He is bleeding and exhausted. No, you will not stop me. I have one thing I smuggled. He raises his left hand and you can see he is holding a glass globe. Goodbye, fool. Enjoy your new life of servitude. He smashes a globe against the floor. A cloud of lavender smoke spreads out, choking you, confusing you. Logren turns and runs towards the gate, the key in his hand. Oh, shit. Logren has a free path to the exit gate. Puts his key in the keyhole, turns, and shoves the iron bars. The moment they are open a few inches, he slides through and runs upstairs. You immediately hear a commotion coming from above. I switched completely to melee combat, but okay. Just remembered I need to tell the survivors that he's no longer at the gate. Logren is gone. You can escape now. She is so relieved that for a moment you think she might break into tears, but then she starts nudging the others with her shoe. Come on, let's escape while we can. As they rise, she turns to you. I thank you. This has been a rough arrival, but perhaps things will improve. She thinks, but I doubt it. Then she turns and begins to escort the others towards the exit. The conversation ends. A little bit of extra experience for remembering to do that. just having... issues. My thumb is killing me. Keep trying to tap this rat. Get it killed. Shut up, Yuna. You're not getting outside. Not after the stunt you pulled. Oh. See, I told you I was barely holding on. Sorry, guys. There we go. Bye, rat. Bye. Alright. End combat. Ooh, look, valuables. Shinies. Alright, next up. The next floor. You emerge from the dark tunnels, and your claustrophobia is immediately replaced with vertigo. You are in a fort, within a gigantic cavern. The stone ceiling arcs hundreds of feet over your head. As your eyesight adjusts, you look around at the world of Avernum for the first time. You are inside what looks like some sort of fort. It is made of huge blocks of stone roughly mortared together. Wood must be rare down here. Only the doors are made of it. There are a few odd trees nearby, more fungus than wood. Then, when your awe at this strange sight fades, you notice the warriors. They stand around the lip of the pit you were in, weapons drawn. Some of them have bows pointed at you, ready to fire. As you prepare to defend yourself, a man comes running toward the lip of the pit from the south. Stop, stop, don't fire, let me talk. A small man runs toward you, waving his arms. His skin is incredibly pale, in the strange light from the fungal ceiling. When he reaches you, he stops and bends over, hands on his knees, breathing heavily. When he regains his breath, he says, "Don't attack, I'm Andrew, the greeter. We are Avernites. We are here to welcome and help you." A thug named Logren just came out this way. Did you catch him? Andrew looks embarrassed. We tried. When he ran out, his face was covered. By the time we were sure he was the killer and not an innocent arrival, he had already fled. I'm sure he will be found. What happens to me? Your new life begins now that you have emerged. I have something to say to you. Yes? As Andrew speaks, the guards nearby watch solemnly. Each of them went through the same ceremony, the beginning of a new life. Andrew says, "On behalf of Avernum, I welcome you to your new home here in the darkness. Our lot is hard, but we are free of the crushing hand of the Empire. We offer you peace and aid, as long as you aid us in return." He smiles weakly. "That is all. We have some aid for you, and then you can go out and start your new life." You called yourself the greeter? It is my task. I wait for new arrivals such as yourselves and welcome them. He bows. Welcome to Avernum. Tell me more about Avernum. Avernum is what we call this place. Countless miles of tunnels, caverns, icy subterranean rivers. It's your new home. He smiles sadly. Avernum, what does that word mean? In ancient times, Avernum was one of the names for the underworld. It was a place where souls were sent to be judged when their lives are over. Appropriate, yes? And why are you welcoming me? It's my job. I'm here to ease the considerable shock of being cast into the underworld, of course. So, welcome to the underworld, he pauses to think. Also, I'm here to say where you can get information about Avernum and supplies. I have another question. How can you help me? We can provide two things for you here, supplies and information. Once you know where you can go and have a few coins to get yourself established, we can send you on your way. Information is always useful. Thyril is the town's sage. He lives and works in the building just a little bit to the southwest. He is a bit glum, but he does his job well. He will answer your questions as best he can. Of course, you should get supplies first. I can get supplies. To prevent certain problems, new arrivals are sent to get modest supplies to support themselves until they find work. He's in the building to the south. We found doing otherwise results in desperate, dangerous, and violent new citizens. This way you'll have a fair chance. What you do with it when you leave here is your business. And it isn't giving me an option other than, can't I just stay here? That is a common question. I'm afraid not. This fort is small, and we already have all of the defenders we need. The rest of Avernum needs you. I have another question. Andrew nods to you. Is there any other way I can help you settle in? He waits to see if you have any more questions. Can I return to the surface? Common question. No, I would abandon any hope of ever seeing the sun again. The sooner you give up on that, the sooner you can begin to make a new life here. I refuse to accept that. There must be a way out. Andrew shrugs. I didn't expect you to believe me. That comes in time. One day you will settle in. Life here is hard, but it has its own rewards and moments of beauty. Do you need anything else? That's all for now. Thanks. There is a small man sitting behind the counter, wearing bronze armor. Behind him is a large rack of crude stone and bronze weapons. He recognizes you as a new arrival in an instant. Don't recognize you, and I recognize everyone. You must be new. He rises and shakes your hand. You can see how desperately pale years down here have made him. I am Tor. I'm happy to give you some supplies before you go on your way. Can I have some supplies? Tor nods, makes some notes on a scroll made of crude parchment, and hands you a pouch, some dried meat, and a loaf of unappealing, slightly gray bread. This is the starting new allowance. All new arrivals are given. To help them get established, we want you to become productive citizens of Avernum as soon as possible. Good luck to you. What do you do here? Well, sometimes I maintain the weapons of the guards, sometimes I guard travelers going to Silvar, but I spend most of my time giving supplies to newcomers. What is Silvar? Silvar is the closest town to the west, a very good place to find work if you need it. You should ask Thyril about it. His office is the next building to the south. Do the weapons need a lot of maintenance? He looks back at them with disdain. Pretty crude work, huh? Good metal is rare down here, tools to work it. Rarer still. And enchanted items? Good luck finding them. Wait, magical items? They can be found here? Sometimes. Some are made at the Tower of Magi. Also, when Avernum was first discovered, the Empire sent many explorers down here. A lot of them are killed, but their equipment remains. Such items are rare and valuable and precious, though. I wouldn't go hunting for them. Better to live a peaceful life than one in the forts, I think. I have another question. Where do you get the supplies you give out? Some are sent here by the army, others by the Empire. Sometimes they give us weapons and food and other things. We find them in the arrival caves with the new exiles. What do you do here? Alright. And that goes right back to that question tree. That's all for now. Thanks. There is an Avernite woman wandering around the streets of the fort looking for new arrivals. He wears a jerkin of thick lizard hide, and a bow of black wood hangs from his shoulders. The moment he sees you, he almost rushes to greet you. "Welcome to Avernum," he said. "I am Haran. You look newly arrived, and if you don't mind me saying, a bit aimless. I have an opportunity for you." What is this opportunity? The opportunity to fight for Avernum so that we can all survive, and in return, you can gain what little renown and comfort is available in this dark place. Tell me more. Oh, for the lava. You see a worn and scarred middle-aged man. He has the thin, washed-out look you already associate with many years in Avernum. You hope your time here is kinder to you. He carries a potted plant and a shovel. He nods to you and sets down the pot for a moment. "I'm Dunbar," he says. "Welcome. What's your job?" "I'm the groundskeeper and gardener and fix-it man. I like gardening best, but I do what they need." "How did the plants grow without sunlight?" We've bred some pretty weird plants down here. All sorts of mushrooms for food and fodder. Those weird twisted trees give what little wood we have, and so on. Mages make the plants, I grow them. You eat the mushrooms?" "Yes, and not much else. You'll get sick of them before too long, but they're food, and that's what counts." "How do trees grow down here?" "Amazing, aren't they? The roots dig into the rock, and the leaves absorb moisture from the air. They get light from the fungus above. You can't figure out how the scrawny things stay alive, but they do. I've never heard of trees like these." "That's because they were created down here by the wizards. They live in a tower to the south or something. All the wizards go there. They do all the standard weird stuff with demons and such, but they make plants too. Without them, we'd all be dead." "How long have you been down here?" "Come on." "Hard to tell. Tough to keep track of years without being able to see the sun. Perhaps they say what a year is, but I don't see why I should believe them. They can't see the sun any more than I can. So a long time." "Yes, a long time. Building, fighting, tending to my garden." He looks down at the vicious scar on his arm. "I like the gardening best." "That's all for now. Thanks." Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and check my quest log. You met a scout in Fort Avernum. He told you that the mayor of Silvar wanted to hire a warrior for some sort of mission. You should go west to Silvar to talk to him. Seems like a good way to get established in the underworld. Okay. So that's my first main quest. Oh, I see what that is now. Nope. Back. Thank you. The sign says, "By the proclamation of King Micah, there is no anarchy here. Those who harm others will be banished to the abyss or slain." Yikes. The sign says, "Office of Tharl. New arrivals may receive guidance and reassurance here." Guidance and reassurance, my foot. You see a slender, worried man, wearing the robes of a mage. Somehow, despite the crude surroundings, he is impeccably dressed. He sits behind a desk laden with books and scrolls. When you enter, he lets out a world-weary... "Another arrival, another unfortunate. I'm Tharl. I can give you information you can use to settle into life here. Alas, the news is all bad." "You can tell me about Avernum." He grimaces. "I'm here to help you, even if the help causes great pain." "Help me?" "Well, every day or so our benevolent overlords above who hurl a few more souls into this hellish cesspit. Then they come to me, and I tell them just how bad things are here." He chuckles dryly. "Normally I'd be cheery, but today I'm just not in the mood. Anyway, I'm here to give information." The Thor looks up from behind the desk and grimaces. "You want to know more?" I will tell you what I can, but learning more about Avernum only leads to despair. You give information? I hear you can fight. Avernum needs that to delay the inevitable. There are 2 settlements near here. Tell me more. Dovna to the north. It is a farming community ravaged by Nephilim raids. You'd have better luck at Silvar to the west. It's the largest settlement nearby, and the mayor is always looking for warriors. I would go there first, I think, if I was a warrior, which happily I am not. Give information. Yes, for example, our lovely neighbors on the Nephilim and the Slitherzakai, or on your chances for escape, or how you get supplies, or on the local politics. The Nephilim you've heard of. There are many of them on the surface. However, until you arrived in Avernum, you'd never heard of the Slitherzakai. What are the Slitherzakai? Lizard men. Only live below ground. Intelligent, powerful fighters, very magically talented. We've been at war with them for years, and lately things have been a stalemate. They live to the west. Who runs things down here? Each town has a mayor. The mayors form a council. The council co-rules with King Mike. Whoop. Every single time my phone vibrates. Damn it. Co-rules with King Micah, lord of our homey little pit. Micah lives in the Great Cave. To get there, go a ways south and a ways west. By the way, the council meets in the castle. It's a place you should know about. What is the castle? Ugh. It is our pride and joy. We built a real castle of rocks, crude magic, and spit. King Micah lives there, orchestrating our desperate defenses. You should see it. It's reasonably impressive. It's in the Great Cave to the southwest. I have another question. I think that's everything. Yeah. That's all for now. Thanks. That door is locked. Okay. This is a storeroom where the surface goods of the Empire occasionally sends down through the portal are stored before they're distributed throughout Avernum. Understandably, goods from the surface are very valuable down here. Okay, there's a red sign on that one. The sign says, Surface Goods Storage. Unauthorized Avernites. Keep out. That one's locked too. Okay. Nothing in this room either. You know what? The sign says visitors' chambers. Feel free to rest here. You step out of Fort Avernum and get your first good look at your new home. You are at the east end of an enormous cavern many miles across. In the dim green light, you look out through the mist and see a huge forest of the strange fungal trees. A dark river flows by to the south, and to the west you can dimly make out the lights of a town. Although you're far underground, it's not as quiet and peaceful as you thought it would be. Sounds echo off the walls of this cavern. You can dimly make out the hisses of lizards, flowing water, and unnervingly, the growls of distant humans. Your journey into Avernum is about to begin. No, I'm gonna explore the city real quick, thank you. The sign says, Fort Avernum, Barracks. Make small talk with the guard for a while, but you don't learn anything interesting. sure the entire party gets in before I close the fucking door. Nothing valuable in there. Damn it. No weapons. Yikes. This is literally the most weapons-bare RPG I've ever... Yeah. Shit. Ooh, cow. These cows have only just arrived from the surface, sent through the same portal that delivered you. They look quite displeased at their new surroundings and fodder. You wonder why the Empire is supplying Avernum with fresh livestock. Perhaps these were bad cows, naughty and rebellious, and Emperor Hawthorne's bovine agents punished their disloyalty with eternal exile. Oh god. Well, you always need more cowbell, eh? Alright. You meet a young woman with long black hair. She is sitting at a table, leading a bowl of thin lizard soup. Her skin has not yet attained the paleness of one who has spent a lot of time in Avernum. When you get close, her head jerks up. When she has seen who you are, she returns her soup, disappointed. Have a seat, fellow exile. I'm Morik. We might as well regain our strength before we go out into the wilds. You seem like a recent arrival. Why were you sent down here? She looks down at the table. I've already learned that is a rude question to ask. People are sent to Avernum because their secrets are revealed. Once here, they want them to become secrets again. She turns away. Okay. Have you arrived recently at Fort Avernum? No, I've been here for weeks, asking people if they've heard of the one who was sent down before me. Her name was Anastasia. She was sent here a few years ago, and I don't want to leave until I know where she is. I haven't met anyone named Anastasia, but I'll remember that you're looking for her. Thank you, I'd appreciate that. Despondent, she turns back to her soup. The conversation ends. Wait, there's actually a path behind where the cows are feeding? Oof. Secret passages. I always forget that he was good with those. These doors are locked, aren't they? Ooh. Not that one, though. Do not steal the clothes. Gonna make sure I've got the entirety of the town mapped out. Okay, that's the east gate, the north gate, and the entrance to the arrival caves. Oh god. Someone's actually singing la 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 la. Jeez. You see a quiet, frail woman. She's picking mushrooms. They are big, bloated, brown things, different from any such fungus you have ever seen on the surface. When she notices that you are watching her, she blushes and stares into her basket. Greetings, she says in a quiet voice. I am Diane. Those are big mushrooms, aren't they? Lovely things. The taste is bitter. They are most of what we eat down here, and drink, and what we feed our livestock. We don't grow on the surface. No, the wizards of the Tower of Magi created them using ordinary mushrooms and powerful magic. We depend on them. Without them, we could not live down here. I have another question. I came here with Tor, my husband. Now that I am here, I can help as best I can, by cooking mainly. I have met Tor. He gave me some supplies. Come on, let me tap. Ah, yes, your arrival allotment. We all got it when we came down here. Otherwise, everyone arrived in Avernum would be poor and desperate. Then they'd rob people and end up in the abyss. What is the abyss? It's far to the west of here. It's where we send the criminals. Not everyone the Empire sends down is kind or sane. Those who can't live with us in peace are sent to the abyss to live apart. You banished them? Doesn't that make you as bad as the Empire? She frowns. Well, that is a foolish thing to say. There is still such a thing as evil, and such a thing as justice. If you want to live with thugs and murderers, go to the abyss. We won't stop you. Having said that, she calms down and returns to the mushrooms. Oh, God. It's all for now. Thanks. Wow. So basically the Empire still technically has an iron rule over everybody. Despite the Empire having no influence anywhere. That's bad. Okay. You are now training. First use the plus buttons to increase a base statistic. Strength, dexterity, etc. Hold your finger on a skill to see a description. Okay. Nice. Oof. Come on, let me spend into strength, damn it. He's the soldier. Okay. Improved strength. There we go. And for May. Intelligence. Spend into intelligence. Damn it. No! The moment the phone vibrates. Dexterity you'll have to do. Magic. Improved intelligence. Priest. Okay, and that's how you level up the characters. Gah. Man, tiny touch screen does not good for this platform make. And hey, I'm figuring it out. Maybe I should get a better touch pen other than my finger. Alright. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Not that it's going to do me any good, because YouTube's algorithm is a piece of... Anywho, see y'all in a bit. Bye.